a, effort, initiative, initiation.
Okay, okay, excellent, Benjamin. Those were some words that we learned in our previous lesson. Okay, thank you, Benjamin. And good
Mhm.
morning, Edgar. How are you today?
Good morning, Jose. I'm fine. You?
Excellent. I'm also fine, thank you. How was
Great.
your day yesterday?
A little bit busy, but not the Monday day.
Excellent. So, did you get to solve your problems?
Yeah,
Yeah.
step by step. You know.
Okay. Excellent. So, do you have to work today?
Um, yeah, but at least just some modification, but not a big deal.
Okay. Excellent, Edgar. Well, I was asking Benjamin if you remember what we learned in our previous lesson.
Sure. Also, as Benjamin told you, we learn a new structure when we use the phrase "Do you mind?" Uh, we learn agreeing to request, use some modal verbs, um, and also you explained very well that when we use will, all the structure and the conjugation, we need to use verb in ing. So I think it's the topics that we check the
Okay.
previous lesson.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Edgar, for remembering this. And thank you so much, Benjamin. Okay, let's start. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, the topic that we learned in our previous lesson was about making requests. And as you mentioned, these are some expressions that you can use to make requests para hacer solicitudes a otras personas. For example, these were some questions that you can use. Can you? Could you? Will you? Would you mind? And do you mind? Okay, here we have some examples. Benjamin, can you read the first example, please?
Yes. Can you show me your photo album, please?
Okay, thank you. Edgar, the following one.
Will you lend me your bag, please?
And finally, we have, could you possibly show me the way to the post office? Okay, these are some examples of how you can use these expressions to make requests. And as you mentioned, we have to use these structures. Okay, would you mind and do you mind are always followed by the gerund, which means that you have to write the verb plus the ing. For example, would you mind lending me your book? Okay, any questions with this?
I don't know. It's okay.
Jose, I have a question. These questions, well, request, we can use in the same way, or it had a different meaning, or a specific way to use this request.
Okay, that's a good question, Edgar. Well, You can use these to make requests, para hacer solicitudes. However, each one of them has a different use. For example, we can use can you for informal contexts. Para contextos informales, could you? Do you remember the graphic that I showed you about the intensity of the verbs?
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we can start with the lowest and the highest. El más bajo y vamos subiendo de intensidad. Is that clear?
Thank you.
So for example,
Yeah.
would you mind is very formal, and do you mind it's more formal. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Jose.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so we're going to practice here with these following pictures. We're gonna make requests depending on each picture. As you can see, we have 6 different pictures in this page. Okay, for example, in the first picture, what do you see? What do you see in this picture?
A woman
Maybe
that
the
ask
people.
be quiet.
Okay, a woman that is asking to be quiet. Using these expressions, what can you say with these expressions? Benjamin?
Can you can you make a quiet?
Okay, can you? We can say, can you be quiet? ¿Podrías guardar silencio? ¿O puedes guardar silencio? Okay, what else can you?
Okay, can you be quiet?
What else can you say in this picture, Edgar?
Could you stop talking?
Yes, could you stop talking? Could you stop talking? ¿Podrías dejar de hablar? Muy bien. Edgar, any other suggestion? Sorry, Benjamin?
About will you?
Yes, or any other.
Do you mind? Similar. Do you mind be quiet?
Okay. Do you mind? Do you remember this structure?
Do you mind? Will you mind? And you mind? Followed by the verb. Do you mind? Verb. Okay. Do you mind quiet? Quiet.
Okay. The verb has to be with the ing.
Quiet thing? No.
Okay, what's the verb? The main verb. The first example that you gave me was can you be quiet? Okay, the verb here, what is? Be.
The similar be?
Be. Okay, and how do we say be with the ing?
No, I know. I don't remember.
Okay, let's see. Okay, excellent, Edgar. Do you mind
Do you
being
mind
quiet?
being quiet?
Okay, do you remember
Do you
this?
mind being
Benjamin?
quiet? Yes.
Okay, do you mind being quiet? Okay, thank you. Okay, so, and if you want to use the expression, would you mind? Edgar.
Would you mind Talking louder.
Loud.
Be louder. I don't know. Loud.
Okay. Would you mind talking louder? But if we say, would you mind talking louder? We are asking the other person to talk louder. Okay. Estamos preguntándole a la otra persona que si podría hablar más alto. ¿Sí queda claro? Is that clear?
Y para decir más bajo.
Okay, we can say the same, use the same structure. Would you mind? Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, that's es bajo. Okay, más, un poquito más bajo. Okay, would you mind talking? Okay, but the importance in this sentence is that you can use the verb with the ing. Okay, siempre debe ir el verbo con la terminación ing. Is that clear?
Yeah, thank you, Jose.
Okay, you're welcome. Benjamin, any questions?
No, it's okay.
Okay, and then we have the second picture. Which requests can you make for this picture? Benjamin?
Can you open the door?
Yes, can you open the door? Okay, can you open the door? Can you open the door? Okay. ¿Puedes abrir la puerta? Excellent. Edgar? What do you think about this picture?
Could you tap the door?
Tap. Okay. In this case, we use the could you. Let me write it. You knock. Instead of tap, we say knock. Okay.
Thank you.
Tap is also the same action, but in this case, when we are referring to a door, cuando estamos hablando de una puerta, we always say knock. Knock the door. Okay? Para decir
Thank you.
golpear la puerta. Okay. Benjamin, what other requests can you make here?
Will you hear me?
Will you hear me? Okay, ¿me escuchas? Will you hear me? Okay, estaría bien igual. Excellent. Okay, and finally, Edgar, which other requests can you make here?
Do you mind pay attention to me?
Okay, do you mind pay attention to me? Do you remember this structure?
Do you mind paying attention to me?
Okay. Do you mind paying attention to me? ¿Te importaría prestarme atención? Okay, excellent, Edgar. Okay, guys, so this was just a practice for you to review how to make requests using these different expressions. Is there any question?
No yet.
No.
Okay, let's continue. And here we have other situations. Can you see this picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, but in this case, we have the sentences. For example, tell me the time. What can you say with this sentence? Anyone?
Sorry, I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, what can you say with this first picture? With tell me the time.
Could you tell me the
Yes, could you tell me the time? What else?
Can you tell me the time?
Okay, can you tell me the
Will
time?
you, will you tell me the time?
Will you tell me the time?
Do you mind telling me the time?
Do you mind telling me the time?
Would you mind uh, telling me the time?
Okay, would you mind telling me the time? Okay, thank you, Edgar. Well, as you can see in this picture, we can use these different expressions. Podemos utilizar cualquiera de esas expresiones para hacer solicitudes, to make requests. Como pudieron darse cuenta, podemos utilizar cualquiera de esas expresiones. But as I mentioned before, each expression has a different level of intensity, and depending on the context, you will know which one to use. Okay? Dependiendo del contexto, ustedes van a saber cuál podrán utilizar. For example, this one, the taxi. Benjamin, how can you say this?
Can you call me a taxi? Could you call me a taxi? Will you call me a taxi? Will you mind calling me a taxi? Do you mind calling me a taxi?
Okay, excellent. Well, as you can see also, Benjamin, we can use these different expressions with this situation. Okay, excellent. So, and finally, if we want to do this about the trash, Edgar, how can you say this?
Could you take out the trash for me? Can you take out the trash for me? Would you take out the trash for me? Do you mind taking out the trash for me? And finally, would you taking out the trash for me?
Okay, excellent, Edgar. Okay. Well, in this situation, also you can use these different expressions with the modal verbs and expressions for making requests. Okay, so it's very important that you keep paying attention to the structure with do you mind and would you mind. Es importante que sigan prestando atención a la estructura con would you mind and do you mind. Recuerden que siempre debemos utilizar el verbo con la terminación ing. Okay, this was just a practice. Thank you. This was just a practice for you. Let's continue with this. Okay, here we have some situations about a hotel, but what you have to do here is that you have to make requests. For example, a student A. Edgar, can you read student A, please?
You want to connect your laptop to the internet in your room. You'd like to go to the bed and check your emails from there.
Okay, excellent. And Benjamin, can you read student B, please?
Yes, the internet connection isn't working at the moment. It isn't possible to connect to the internet at the hotel right now, but there is a free Wi-Fi hotspot down the road.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you, Benjamin. Any questions with vocabulary from these examples?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
What is the meaning of down the road?
Sobre la carretera.
Ah, okay.
Okay. But there is a free Wi-Fi hotspot down the road. Sobre la carretera. A eso se refiere. Okay. So what are you going to do in this case? One of you is going to be student A. In this case, Edgar is going to be student A. And Benjamin is going to be student B. So what you have to do here is that you have to start a conversation. Edgar is going to be the student who wants internet. And Benjamin is going to be the student or the person who is telling Edgar that there isn't internet in the moment. Okay, any questions with this activity?
No.
Okay, you can use as many requests as possible. The ones that we have learned so far. Pueden utilizar las expresiones que hemos visto hasta ahora en cada una de esas situaciones. Okay, guys, you can start.
Okay. Good morning, sir. I asking because I have some problems with my connection for the internet. So could you check the Wi-Fi, because I don't have access to my laptop, so I need to check some emails right now for my work. So do you mind checking the connection for the internet, please?
Benjamin, it's your turn.
Okay, for the student B, okay, internet connection isn't working at the moment. It isn't okay. I question to the student B. For example, can you navigate to the internet at this moment, or you have a problem with the internet? The Wi-Fi hotspot down the road, it's good.
Sounds very complicated, that, but thank you for your attention.
Okay, guys, that was a good conversation. Okay, any questions with this first example?
No,
No,
sir.
no.
Okay, in this case, Benjamin mentioned the word navigate the internet. Do you remember this, Benjamin?
Yes.
In this case, we don't use the word navigate.
Surface?
Surf. Okay, excellent. Surf the internet. Que es como navegar en el internet. Okay. Surf the internet. It's like the activity. Surf the internet. Okay. Edgar was asking about internet connection. And Benjamin mentioned that he cannot surf the internet in this moment. Okay, excellent. Let's continue with the second example. Sorry. Okay, Edgar, can you read this? Student A, please.
Sure. You would like to leave your passport and traveler checks the reception.
Thank you. And Benjamin, student B.
Yes, there is a safe at reception for the guest. It costs 5 euros, libras, $, a day.
Pounds. Okay, we say 5 pounds. Okay, son como libras.
Okay.
Okay, entonces, so what you have to do here is the same activity as you did in the first example. You have to start a conversation making requests. Okay, in this case, Edgar is going to be again student A, and Benjamin is going to be student B. You can start. Is there any questions with vocabulary from these examples?
No.
Do you know what is safe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can you describe it, please?
A place that it's supposed to be safety, the passport and the traveler checks.
Yes, but in this case, it's referring to a very specific place where people can keep their stuff. Okay, es como un lugar, como una especie de banco, pero solo de objetos personales. Okay.
Okay.
Solo donde es como un locker, pero muy específico, donde lo puedes rentar para guardar tus cosas por cierto tiempo.
Okay. Okay.
So it's referring.
I have a question, Jose.
Yes.
How can I say caja fuerte?
Caja fuerte. That's a good question.
Security box or?
Yes, it can be security box. Okay. Let me write it in chat. Okay, you can say, as you mentioned, security box, or also you can use this expression or word that is on the example, safe, or the one you mentioned, security box. Okay, there are two ways, dos maneras.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so you can start with this first activity. Second activity, sorry. Edgar, please.
Good morning, sir. Well, I have some a busy agenda today, but I want to be save my documents. So could you tell me if it's possible, or if you have a safe address reception for my documents?
Okay, Benjamin, can you answer Edgar, please?
Yes, it's okay. This is a space safe for your things. Can you let me your bags?
Well, I just let my passport and traveler checks.
It's okay. Can you let me your passport and traveler checks in the reception?
Do you mind giving to you right now?
Yes, it's okay.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Excellent. Well, in this case, Edgar mentioned the following expressions. I want to save my documents. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
We can say, in this case, I want to keep my documents safe.
Okay.
We use the word
Okay.
keep, the verb keep. In this case es mantener o dejar mis documentos a salvo. Okay? So,
Okay.
and the following expression you mentioned was, do you mind give? In this case, what do you need to change?
Giving.
Giving, exactly. So you have to say giving. Do you mind giving me? Okay, so remember that we have to add the ing ending. Is that okay, Edgar?
Yeah.
Okay, Benjamin, any questions with this?
No, it's okay.
It's okay. So let's do the following example. Okay, we have, in this case, Benjamin is going to be student A. Please, can you read this?
Yes, you want to change rooms. You prefer a room with a view, not one facing a wall.
Okay, and Edgar, student B, please.
There are no rooms with a view available at the moment. There is a junior suite with superb view, but it costs 150 pounds more than normal rooms.
Okay, Edgar, thank you. Well, in this case, Benjamin, you can start with the conversation. You want to change rooms. You prefer a room with a view, not one facing a wall. Okay, any questions with vocabulary?
No, it's okay.
Okay, you can start the conversation. Please, Benjamin.
Okay, I'm going to the reception and talk with the people in the reception and tell for I can a better room with a view, not with a facing a wall, and I can change my room. I want a better room for a view for the beach, for the street, for any other place, but not one facing a wall.
Okay, Benjamin. And can you make some requests to the receptionist, please, using the expressions that we learned? ¿Podrías utilizar las expresiones que vimos?
Sorry, Jose, I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
No, not okay, not good.
Not good. Edgar, can you hear me?
No, I can hear you good.
Okay, let me write in the chat. Okay, can you see the chat?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I wrote a question. Can you use the expressions for making requests? How can you ask for a better room? ¿Cómo podrías
Okay, can you? Okay, for example, can you give me a better room? Could you give me a better room? Will you give me a better room? Would you mind giving to me a better room? Do you mind giving to me a better room?
Okay, giving me. Okay, do you mind giving me
Giving
a
me.
better room? Okay,
Okay.
so those are the requests that you're making to the receptionist. Thank you, Benjamin. In this case, Benjamin, what would you say? Sorry, and Edgar?
Sorry.
Sorry, sir, but there's no room with a view available at the moment. There is a junior suite with the super view, but it costs 150 pounds more than normal. Do you mind giving me your credit card?
Okay, Benjamin, what would you say?
Yes, it's okay. I giving you my credit card for make the change in when the room is available.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, in this case, Benjamin mentioned the word or the expression for make the change. Do you remember this?
Yes.
For make the change. What would you change in this sentence? ¿Qué cambiarían en esta expresión?
The verb make.
Okay, what would you say in this case with the verb make?
Change for do. The change.
Okay, the verb make it's correct, but we need to change it a little bit. What would you change in this verb? For making the change, we say. Okay, so we need to add the ing to this verb. Necesitamos agregar la terminación ing a este verbo. Is that okay? Okay, so we are running out of time. Can you please join to the same link again?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, did you have or do you have any questions with this activity, Edgar?
No.
Okay, so let's do this final example. But let's wait for Benjamin. Okay, can you start reading this, please?
You want to pay the bill with the Visa card. You haven't got enough cash.
You haven't got enough cash. I'm gonna be student B. Okay, you're glad to accept all kinds of credit cards, but there is a fee of £5 per booking. Do you know what is fee?
Yeah, but I have a question. What's the difference between fee and tax?
Tax. Okay, fee is a small percentage that you have to pay for something. Es una cantidad pequeña que debes pagar por algo. En tax, básicamente sería lo mismo, pero en ese caso se refiere a impuestos. Ok, fee es como una cuota, en tax, impuestos. Sí, a eso se refiere. I think it's the same, but there is a slightly difference. Hay una pequeña diferencia. Fee, por ejemplo, son los que te ponen. También fee se refiere a las multas que te ponen. Por ejemplo, si te estacionas en un lugar donde no debes, te ponen a fee. Es una multa. También se refiere a una cuota. But in this case, tax se refiere más a los impuestos que debes de pagar. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah. Besides some confusing with both words, but thank you for the explanation.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for the question. Okay, welcome, Benjamin. So let's continue with the same activity. Can you read student B, please?
Yes, you are glad to accept all kinds of credit cards, but there is a fee of £5 for booking.
Per
Pounds
booking.
per booking.
Okay, excellent. You can start, Edgar, please, with student A.
Good morning, sir. I want to pay these items with my Visa card, but I'm not sure if I got enough cash. Do you mind checking my Visa card if have enough savings, please?
Okay,
Yes.
continue.
Okay. Yes, can you pay the bill with your Visa card? I accept all kind of credit cards, but there is a fee £5 for bookings.
Oh, um, I'm understand. Well, it's okay, no problem. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you. That was an excellent conversation. I don't have anything to change. So, any questions with this?
It's okay.
No, I don't have a question.
Okay. Well, I was looking for the difference, as you mentioned, Edgar, for tax and fee, and it mentions that tax it's compulsory. Do you know what is compulsory?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you must do to pay.
Okay, compulsory. So a tax is compulsory or it's an obligation you have to pay. But a fee is a voluntary payment. Yes, do you know what is voluntary?
Yeah, but 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 it's not true because in some cases, in some services,
Yes,
when you check the receipt,
yes.
uh, they uh, how can I
Charge.
say
Charge you.
include?
Charge.
Yeah, charge. Yeah, they charge the fee as a compulsory, not voluntary
Yeah, I
payment.
understand. I understand. But on the internet mentions that a tax is compulsory and a fee is voluntary. But I was also reading
Okay.
that in some cases, if people charges you the fee, you can sue them. Do you know the word sue? Bert?
It's something or more or less decline.
Decline. En this case es algo relacionado con em, demandar. ¿Ok?
Oh, okay. I got
Estaba
it.
leyendo que si te ponen o te cobran de más, te cobran, te incluyen este fee, los puedes demandar. Pero pues,
Oh,
no sé qué tan cierto sea esto. But
well,
this
in
is
Mexico.
but this is the difference. Somehow the difference. One is compulsory and the other one is voluntary. In some cases, I think.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you for the explanation.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, Benjamin, we were seeing the difference between tax and fee. Okay, have you ever heard about these words?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Do you know these words?
Yes. Tax el impuesto, ¿no? O bueno,
Impuesto.
tax en inglés.
Okay.
Y el fee es the charge for use in, for example, um, online channel. For example, when you buy tickets for a movie
Yes.
in the web page, change the cinema charge a booking fee, booking
Yeah.
or fee for use that channel for sale.
Okay. Excellent. So that's the difference, Benjamin. Okay, thank you. Is there any more questions?
No, it's okay.
No,
It's okay. Okay, guys. So basically, this was the activity for today, and to play some situations at the hotel. And but in this case, you have to make requests. Okay, the ones that we've learned so far. These expressions, and let's review them. Okay, in which cases can we use these expressions? Okay, do you remember what I mentioned?
would you need a help or support for other people?
Okay, that's one aspect. When you need help from other people. What else?
Depend of the formal for the question.
Okay, depend on the context, we can say, dependiendo del contexto. Can you? When do we use can you?
For not formal question.
Okay, for informal, we say informal.
Informal. For informal question.
Informal questions. Okay, for example, when you have to go to the bathroom, what would you usually say?
Okay, can I go to the bathroom?
Can I go to the bathroom? Is there any other expression you can use?
May I?
May I? Okay, exactly. Let me write it. May I go to the bathroom? Okay. Thank you, Edgar. Benjamin, do you know this expression? May I go?
No, I don't know.
Okay, may I go is a very, very polite question for making requests. Okay, es una expresión muy formal para pedir permiso para hacer algo. Okay,
Okay.
at school we usually say this, ask this question: May I go to the bathroom? ¿Me permite ir al baño? But we can also use can you, okay? En este contexto podemos utilizar también la expresión can you. Can I go to the bathroom? Igual tiene un contexto en las escuelas, un contexto muy formal, así que podemos utilizar ambas. Siempre se nos ha enseñado que podemos utilizar may I go para pedir permiso de una manera muy formal, pero cuando estamos refiriéndonos a ir al baño, también podemos utilizar can I. Can I go to the bathroom? Y también tiene el mismo significado o la misma intensidad. Okay, pero solo en las escuelas. Okay, can I go to the bathroom or may I go to the bathroom? Is it clear?
Yeah, Jose, I have a doubt. For example, in some cases, I hear and also I read some people use may I have or something like that to request something. For example, may I have a soda or beer or something like that?
Yes.
It is grammatically it's correct.
Yes, it's grammatically correct. May I have, for example, may I have a soda, as you mentioned. May I have, as you can see, it's following the same structure. First, you have to write the verb, in this case, that is may, then the subject, the other verb, and the complement. It's like, may I go to the bathroom? May I have a soda? Okay, pero es también muy formal, but it's correct to say it.
Okay. Thank you.
You can use it. It's like you can say, can I have a soda? But in this case, you're using may I have. Okay, it's correct. It's grammatically correct, and it's very formal to use.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question? You're welcome.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Benjamin?
No, it's okay.
May have. Okay. Okay, so we only have 5 minutes left. Can you, both of you, mentioned what did you learn today or during this week?
How make a correct request using can you, could you, will you, would you mind, do you mind?
Okay. Excellent, Benjamin. Edgar, what did you learn during this week?
Well, during this week, I learned about share adjectives and learn adjectives.
Yes.
Some vocabulary about But difference between house and home,
Okay.
irregular adjectives. When we use do you mind and would you mind, as you mentioned, we must use the verb in ing form.
Yes.
But they agree to request using can, could, may, might. The words with affordable and initiative. What else? And I think, well, some some forms to use in different contexts the request questions.
Okay. Excellent, Edgar and Benjamin. Well, guys, if you don't have any more questions from today's lessons or from the topics that we learned during the week, that will be it for today, and I'll see you next week with a new topic. Okay? Is that okay for you?
Yeah,
It's
Jose.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Okay, have a nice week.
You too, Benjamin.
Weekend. Thank you so
you.
much. Have a nice
Thank you
day
so
too.
much for your time.
Don't
Bye
worry.
bye.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much
good
for
weekend.
yours. Have a nice weekend too. Thank you so much.